In this lesson, we'll create a CNC lathe setup. After completing this lesson, you'll be able to create a cam turning setup and define stock. We want to get started with the supplied dataset turning cam setup. This should already open up in the manufacturer workspace, but if it doesn't, make sure that you navigate to manufacture and that we set our units to inch. From here, I'm going to go to a home view and I want to begin creating my turning setup. To do this, note at the top that we have milling, turning, additive inspection, and so on. Each of these are going to contain a setup option, but all of them will be the same. The important part is the settings that we use inside of here. So to get started, I am going to navigate to turning and select new setup. From here, by default, the operation type will be turning or mill turn. So just make sure that if you navigate to this from the milling or the additive, that you automatically set it to operation type turning mill turn. From here, we're not going to be selecting a machine. We're going to leave that empty and we're going to move to the spindle. Make sure that we're using a primary spindle. Some machines will have a primary and a secondary spindle. We're assuming that this machine has a primary only. This will be located on the left side of the machine as we're standing in front of it. Next, we need to make sure that we understand the coordinate system and the location of the stock. This is slightly different than setting up for a milling operation. So I'm going to start by navigating to a right view and notice that the stock preview on the screen, as well as the blue and the green planes. Right now, my coordinate system has Z pointing to the right, and if we rotate this, we have positive X pointing towards us. Now, in most CNC lathes, the default orientation for the tool is going to be coming from the positive X direction. So we are going to note that the positive X direction is pointing toward us standing in front of the mill. Many different CNC mills will have different orientations for where the tool is coming from, and it will be important to understand your specific machine to make sure that your tools are coming from the correct orientation inside of Fusion. From here, the coordinate system looks fine, but I do want to make sure that the stock is the correct size and that we are holding it in the correct position. Right now, the chuck reference is from the model back and it's minus zero point 0.4 inches. If we navigate to the stock settings, we want to make sure that we do add a little bit of stock on the front and back of this part. We're going to be facing it and then we'll be parting it off. So right now it's using a fixed sized cylinder at 2 inches and it shows us that the model diameter is 1.9. So that's going to be fine for us. However, we need to increase the length. And I'm going to make the length of this 2.5 inches. Notice that automatically pushes a 1/4 inch on the front and the back. However, I want to offset this from the front. When I offset it from the front, it gives me an offset value. In this case, I'm going to have 0.05 on the front of the part, and I'm going to have that round up to the nearest 1/2 inch for the overall stock. Now, if we go back to our setup, you can see that the chuck plane, the reference for our model back minus zero point 0.4, shows exactly where it is on the stock. Now, you have to be careful that you are holding enough of the material, and in this case, that is not nearly enough. So I'm actually going to decrease the stock offset to 0.25 to make sure that I am grabbing enough of the material. We also need to be aware of this setting because we want to make sure we have enough clearance for the tool that comes in here to part this. The next thing that we want to do is go to post-process, and we need to set up our program name, number, and comment. Now, in this instance, I'm going to carry on with the default 1001, and I'm going to set the program comment as basic turning. This is generally going to come from the information about the job that you're doing. Now, in this case, the default is 1001, but in some cases, you're going to have a very specific job number. Make sure that you do reference that here in the setup. The WCS offset is not going to be used throughout this course, so we're going to leave that set to 0, which is the default, and we'll say OK. I'm going to go back to a home view, and note now that we see the WCS on our part. We have Z coming away, which is our axis of rotation. Y in this instance is pointing down, and X is pointing forward to us as if we're standing at the machine with our part and spindle on the left-hand side. Also note that we can see the stock whenever the setup is selected. There are a few other things I do want to talk about. In the bottom center of the screen, we have something called stock visibility. Now, this is something that will allow us to see the stock as it's being machined. Whenever we're talking about a turning operation, we'll automatically get a preview of the stock that's removed as a sliced plane. But in this case, we'll actually see a 3D stock removal as if we're simulating. If you don't see that option turned on, make sure that you go to Utilities and turn on Automatic In-Process Stock Generation, and then you should be able to turn that option on or off from here. It will provide us a couple other options that will allow us to see things like tool paths, but for right now, just at least make sure those options are on before you move on to the next step, and as always, save your work often.